today we're going to be making a pasta soup. Now, when I say a pasta soup, we're actually going to make a vegetable soup, and just at the end we're going to add some tortellini in there. Now, the tortellini I'm going to use is spinach and ricotta, but you could equally use the one with Italian sausage and ham, or whatever you like. It's up to you. The good thing about this recipe, you can use up whatever vegetables need using up in your fridge, or if you've got some in the freezer, use those to whatever you've got, and then just at the end you add the tortellini, the sort of pasta, and it's absolutely delicious. Simple to do, a great one for a midweek sort of supper. Now, to make up this pasta soup, I'm just going to go through the ingredients I'm going to use. I'm not going to weigh it all out or tell you exactly what to use. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to use. Now, to start with, I've got one onion. I'm going to chop that down fairly fine, and I'm going to fry it in a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of butter, 1 clove of garlic. I've got 1 leek. Now, with a leek, it's not a particularly big leek. I'm going to chop it off where it starts to get dark green, wash it off thoroughly, and then we just sort of, slice it down, add that in with the onions and that. Just really nice for a soup. Carrots. Now, these are little baby carrots. I'm not even going to bother peeling them. Wash them, chop the end off, and we just chop them on, put them in the sort of soup. And, obviously you might have big carrots, so slice them down nice and fine. Use whatever you've got up. Broccoli. Now, I'm not going to use all that. I'm just going to cut some of the sort of, florets off the broccoli there and add that in. I've got some frozen vegetables, peas and green beans. They're always good ones to keep in your freezer if you need some vegetables. So add those in. A can of chopped tomatoes, because we're going to give it a slightly tomatoey flavour to it. Stock. Now, I've got bouillon vegetable stock. I really like this one, but you can use any vegetable stock you got. This one's like a powder, and I probably add about 4 or 5 teaspoons of that to roughly about 1 litre of boiling water. Chili flakes. Now, I'm going to add those because, especially if it's cold outside, winter time, add some chili flakes, just sort of lifts the dish, gives it a bit of warmth. Delish. Now, with the sort of pasta, I'm going to use this tortellini. The one I've chosen to use is spinach and ricotta. Really like that one. Now, you could use, there's another one here, look, they do a whole range of these, so go down your supermarket, have a look. But this one's Italian sausage and ham. So, if you like it a little bit meaty, add that in. I mean, the other thing you could sort of fry up, if you didn't want to make it too vegetarian, is a bit of chorizo. Chorizo always goes really good in soup. So, that's a selection of ingredients I'm going to use. Go and adapt it to what you've got in your fridge, your freezer, or what you fancy, and go and make yourself something nice and simple, but delicious. So now I've gone through the ingredients for making this soup. What I'm going to do is get it all washed up, chopped up, go over to the hob, get on with the cooking. Now I've come over to the hob and I've got it all laid out, all chopped up, washed, ready to go. Now let's start off by taking the lid off there. Just going to switch the heat on. Put it on about a medium heat to start with. Now I'm going to use a little block of butter. Always adds good flavour. And mix that. A little bit of oil. That's it. Now we're just going to let that melt away, and then I'm going to go straight in with the leeks, the onion and the carrots. So just move that around. That's it. Alright. Let's get the onion, chopped up leek, just go straight in with that. Now there's no reason not to go in with a carrot as well, because it takes a fair while, so let's just move those off there. That's it, put the carrots in there. As I say, if you've got big carrots, try and slice them down nice and fine. Now what I'd say is, move these around, soften them down a little bit, 5 or so minutes really. Now with that cooking, I don't know, about 5 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes, is smelling good and it's softening down a little bit. So next of all I'm going to add the garlic. So make a little plate in the centre and let's just put the garlic in there. That's it. Oh. this is where your kitchen is going to smell wonderful. So keep an eye on the garlic, make sure it doesn't burn, because burnt garlic gives a sort of bitter taste, so you don't want it to burn. So just gently move that around. I can smell the garlic now. And what you can slowly do is kind of just mix it all in and give it a minute. Now there's no harm, you know, at this point in adding the chili flakes. Look, ground chili flakes, because it's going to give it a little bit of heat just to warm it up a little bit. So if you like a little bit of spice, add your chili flakes. Beautiful on a cold night when you come in. Oh. So now we've got the garlic and those chili flakes. Just give that a move around. Oh, it's smelling so good. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. Softening down lovely. Now it's got me boiling water. Now I'm going to add, I would say about a litre of water. And also I've got this bouillon vegetable stock. I really like this. Now I'm going to add 4, maybe 5 teaspoons of the stock. So again, give that a mix around. Now what I'm going to do next is add the can of tomatoes. Now when you add ingredients, I'm just going to add a little bit of water in that one. Just swash it around the can, put that in. It's always worth bringing it up to the boil. So bring it up to the boil every time you add something that cools it down. Now what I'm going to do is, now we've got it boiling away, just turn it down a little bit. That's it. Get it back to a simmer. Now let's just try some of this. Let's just grab it. Now make sure it's got the right amount of seasoning. Taste it. If you're not sure, taste it again and again. Now I've used a can of tomatoes and I'm going to use a little bit of sugar. Any sugar. Get a little bit in there. Don't go overboard. Again, give it a stir around. Mix it around. Taste it. See how it is. Oh, a little bit of black pepper. Be nice in there. And also, a little bit of salt. Don't go overboard with the salt, because when you add stock, it does add salt. So, and again, if you want to give it a little bit more heat, it's not too late to give it some little bit of chili flakes. Oh, delish. Now, next of all, I'm going to get my blender. So let's just whisk this up. Let's turn it off. Now I've got the vegetable soup and I've kind of blended it down a little bit. I've left some of the lumps. Look at that. Look. There's some lumpy bits, bit of liquid in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour in the broccoli. Give that a move around. Now straight after that, I'm going to add in green beans that have been frozen. So mix those around. Oh, it's starting to look like a really nice soup. Now at the end, we're going to add the peas and the tortellini. Keep that cooking away. It doesn't hurt at this point. Put a lid on it. Now I've got the mixture and let's just taste this. Taste it. Oh, look at that. Mix it around. That is tasting lovely. Now what you want to do at this point is put your peas in. So put the peas in. That'll slightly sweeten it. And mix those around. Oh, lovely. And also, we got this spinach and ricotta tortellini. Let's put that in. I think we didn't come. Oh, look at that. Mix that around. And in 5 minutes, that will be delicious to serve up. So let's get a plate, serve it up. Lovely. Now I'm just going to try a bit of this. Oh, let's try that. A little bit of that juice. That juice and that pasta is going to be beautiful. Let me just try that. Oh, that is delicious together. Now, I've got a little bit of parmesan here. So, you know, put a little bit of parmesan on there. I love parmesan, you know that if you watch my videos regular. Put a little bit on. And also, I've got a bit of fresh basil there. So let's go and grab some of this basil. You know, little leaves growing away. Kind of sprinkle that on. Let's just try that. That should be really delicious now. Badge come through. That cheese. No. Oh, it's so good. That is such a simple thing to do, but really wonderful. I really like the basil. Kind of lifts it all. You can't go wrong. Thanks for watching my videos. See you on the next one, hopefully. And enjoy. And don't forget to subscribe. See you soon. The original Naked Chef.